everybody, welcome back. This is Shirley here at Just Doing Our Best. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and get rid of the radish that was planted here. It's not doing good at all. It's just getting taller, but it had a whole lot of caterpillars, and it's just going at the leaves. It's eating all the leaves on the radish, but nothing's happening with it. I've never had to plant a radish here before, but I'm not sure if you saw my video where I planted radish in the, not on purpose, but I ended up planting a radish in the hydroponics, and it did wonderfully. I mean, the radish was so huge. But anyways, it's just infested with caterpillars, and I'm not going to deal with it. So I'm going to remove it and plant some squash in here. So today is August the 9th, and you may be thinking, it's a little late, but I checked my almanac, and the first frost here in my area is not scheduled until November. When is it? It's not scheduled until November the 5th. So that leaves me with about 89-90 days roughly to get some more things planted in the ground. So that's what I am going to do. First, remove all this radish here. What a waste. I was so looking forward to radish. But there are some I could probably save, but I'm not even going to deal with it. I mean, look how small that is. Hope you can see that. You see how small that is? That's actually the biggest one that I found. So far, the rest is nothing but stem. So, go ahead and get rid of that caterpillar. So a lot of the plants did not, produce as well as I hoped it would. As the same as in past years, where there was I had an abundant of plants. Okay, so I believe I got all the radish out. Now this is sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna go ahead and plant the what is it called? The summer squash here. Now I had some soaking overnight, as you can see, and I am going to go ahead and till up the dirt here a little bit. Yeah, so this is just vines here on this side. The sweet potatoes over here on the other side. Well, alright. I'll just bring some dirt over there to the sweet potato and the other vines. Actually, I believe I should plant it straight on the ground, into the ground instead. But I have a whole lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and maybe plant 2 here in this area, or in this container. I don't know how well it's going to do. These seeds are fairly old, but they were in the freezer. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out. I'm just going to plant 2 here, and hopefully that works out. All right. I will water these in a later time. But with it, with me having 89 days left of summer planting, until the first expected frost, I can plant cucumbers, squash, beans, and so that's what I'm going to do. And later on, the end of the month, when it cools down more, I'm going to start my leafy greens like the lettuce, arugula, kale, Swiss chard, mustard green, spinach, cabbage. I'm going to go ahead and start that in the greenhouse where it's cooler. They seem to do better in the hydroponics and the aquaponics system than they do out here in you know, in the dirt. Goose. Now I did plant more beans. If I can just now figure out a way to keep goose out of my plants. Y'all see him there? There he is. Hey, Goose. Say hi, everybody. Say, go team, will it grow? Come on, Goose. Cheer us on. Anyways, he's always around, and as you can see right behind him is Randy, my turkey, who's asleep standing up. He's lazy. But I'm going to go ahead and plant these things and bring you back when I'm done. So what I'm doing with this one is I've pulled out all the grass. I'm just tilling it up a little, trying to get as much roots out as possible from the previous plant. What did I have in here? I think it was beans. Yes, it was the beans, the pole beans. Now my husband and I, our preference is the long oriental beans. That's our favorite beans, so I'm going to be planting more of that. I do have, I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, I believe I did, but I do have a few of the oriental beans planted where the cucumbers used to be. But Goose just keeps nibbling on the leaves that's coming out, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to keep him out of my garden. And so he can stop murdering them. I will be replacing these squash. The squash. Hey, leave my seeds alone. Look at him, y'all. Look at him. I don't know if y'all can see it. Here, let me transfer this to the other side. But look. Go ahead. Do what you were doing. Show everybody. Look, see? Look. There he is. Eating my seeds. All right. Enough. Stop it. Those are mine. You can pick on something else. Go get you something else. Leave my seeds alone. You're such a dork. Hey, leave it alone. I tell you what. Naughty. Y'all see? He's not much help. He's not much help at all. Alright guys, let me get these planted before he finishes everything. That's some bok choy. Tomatoes used to grow in that. Got some bok choy here again growing. And this barrel had the potatoes in it. Now it's got bok choy, 1 habanero pepper, and some green onions. Alright, so all together I planted squash in here, there, in this one. I went ahead and planted more squash here because, as you can see, these are about to give up. The only reason why I have not pulled it is because it's flowering. But I may just have to pull it later, but we'll see how it turns out. I planted more squash there, and some more squash over here on this side too. Also planted the green beans here, the long beans. This was actually fairly doing well till Goose came and started pulling out all the, I guess he saw me pulling grass and he thought he was helping. See, as you can see, he done bit off all the tips of it. My taro is doing good. Can't wait for these. We usually use the taro in soup. It thickens the soup more than potatoes do. And well, for me and my husband, because we both grew up on taro instead of potatoes. Well, he still loves potatoes. I like potatoes too, but I'm not much of a potato eater. But taro, yes, I will attack the taro. Got more taro here also. But these are still fairly small. To be honest, it's too crowded in here. So the taro is going to be fairly small. But anyways, that's a little update. Let's check out the okra. So the okra, not only our okra, but even my mother-in-law's, her okra is kind of sickly. You know, it's not doing too good. But this one looks like it's finally kicking in. I have picked, it has given me about maybe 8 okra. I'm just estimating. The bell peppers though, they're doing wonderfully. Turning out real good. And here, there's a wasp. But the bell peppers are doing nicely on this one. Let's check out the other one. So this is just hot pepper. Wow. And as you can see, let me see if I can zoom in. How do I zoom in on this camera? Oh, there you go. As you can see, it looks like it's probably starting to flower out, so we'll see the fruits in no time. Now on this one here, got lots of eggplant coming out. Well, there's one flower. So these should be ready to pick in a couple days. Ginger. Didn't really plant that much ginger. I think just that, and there's one in the greenhouse. But here again is more bell peppers growing. Flowering. As you can see, little ones coming out. Alright, so that's about it. Oh, so let me take you over. So in this little patch here, the chicken house used to be here in this area, but we've moved it a few feet over to that area where they can have new ground, new grass. You know, when we cleaned out the chicken pen, we just moved it, and I've planted more squash here. Now the squash seeds were pretty old. They were like from 2020 and 2021. So we'll see how it turns out. You know, it's seeds that I had to you know, test out. The longer I put it off, I think the worse it will be. So might as well check it out, right? Okay, so as you can see right there, got baby chicks. These will be replacing the ones in the chicken coop right now. They are, it's going on a year that they've been laying. So soon they will be going in the freezer, those chickens, and will be replaced with these. So the chickens that are producing the eggs right now, they just started producing actually last year. They just started laying eggs last year in, I want to say October or November. So that's why we have a great production of eggs. And let me remind you, we do have 20 hens that are laying and 2 roosters in there. Okay, what is today? August the 11th. For now, it stands at 397 pounds, 5.89 ounces for Team Will It Grow. And for the shared part, we're at 60 pounds, 10.8 ounces. Excuse the background, guys. The freeze dryer is going. As usual, it's always going, right? Anyways, so these were the onions that I picked on the 9th. And I picked these 2 today. Or actually, these 2 today. And so I'm just going to weigh it. I'm not going to bother doing a video on adding it. I'm just going to write it to the board and add it later, and then you'll see the update. Alright, let's go. Okay. Zero that out. Okay, here we go. So that's 110.1 ounces. Alright, 110.1 ounces. So that will actually be 398 pounds, 15.90 ounces. Okay, so when I add that together, it will be 398 pounds, 15.90 ounces. Alright guys, so that's it. Thanks for watching.